Rahim. Assalamu alaikum. Today's topic is Introduction to Biology. Five major groups of organisms. In these five major group of organisms, we very well known to prokaryotes, protists, fungi, plants, and animals. Okay, so these are the five major groups of organisms: prokaryotes, protists, fungi, plants, and animals. So we very well know that types of cells and what is the difference between prokaryotes and the eukaryotes. So when we talk about prokaryotes, two things comes in our mind. One is eukaryote, and the other is prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell. This is the advanced cell, and this is the cell without prominent nucleus. Prominent nucleus is absent in prokaryotes. Most of the living organisms like we, the human beings, mammals, plants, are related to eukaryotic cells, but these prokaryotics where the no prominent nucleus is present, so this is present in microorganisms like bacteria and cyanobacteria. Okay, cell organization in living organisms. The cell organizes in three ways to make body of the organism. Cells make unicellular. Okay, so these cells organisms make unicellular, multicellular, and colonial organisms respectively. In unicellular means one cell life in organisms in which carry their life activities in a one cell by a one cell with the help of one cell. Let's be discussed here. Unicellular organizations. 3. Unicellular, multicellular, and colonial. Unicellular like amoeba, paramecium. These are the unicellular animals, organisms which conduct their life through with a single cell. And when we talk about the multicellular organisms, then animals and plants come into it. Animals and plants. We are the multicellular organisms with eukaryotic cells, and these are the unicellular organisms with prokaryotic cells. And the third one is, okay, euglena also come in it, and the remaining you find by yourself. Remaining find by yourself. Okay, the next one is colonial organization in organisms. That is simply when many of the unicellular organisms combine together to form a colony. They don't spend their lives alone. This type of colonial formation occurs in volvox. Okay, so volvox, a green alga found in water, is an example of colonial organization. And regardless of this, multicellular organization, when we talk about multicellular organization, two organizations we discussed: unicellular organization, and the second one is multicellular organization, in which eukaryotes come. Here I wrote multicellular organization. Multicellular organization leads to different plants and animals. For example, we discussed here Brassica campestris. Brassica campestris, it is sown in winter and produces seed. At the end of the winter, its plant body is a vegetable, and its seeds are used for extracting oil. Plant body consists of two parts: vegetative parts and non-vegetative parts. Okay, then we discuss another multicellular organization, that is in plant we basically know that, for example, in multicellular organization we have discussed eukaryotic cells, which here we find a space. Multicellular organization. Basically, these are related to eukaryotic cells. What comes? Plants and animals. In plants, we discussed Brassica campestris, and in animals, we discussed the frog. Brassica campestris contains two parts, that is vegetative and non-vegetative. Vegetative and reproductive part. Reproductive part contains the flowering portion, and animal frog. When we talk about Rana tigrina, its scientific name is, it's also a multicellular organization having different types of cells combined together to form different tissues and then organs. Related to frog system is related to human beings. So definitely it is a eukaryotic and multicellular organization. In animals we discussed Rana tigrina. So this is all about the 5 major groups of organism: prokaryotes, protists, and fungi. Protists are the bacteria. Fungi keeps according to their plant, and somehow it keeps in other group than plant animals. You have to memorize these five: prokaryotes, protists, fungi, plants, and animals. This is all about today's discussion. Thanks for watching.